We are delighted to be working with the Riverside Theatre on this production of The Machine Stops by A.M. Forster. The Riverside has been a big part of Big Telly's life. It's been a big part of my life. My career started there. I first stepped out onto the stage in Oliver in 1978 with various other people who've gone to do great things in the business. And the Riverside has always been a big part of Big Telly's life. I think we've probably performed there once a year, every year for the last 33 years. So it's very, very special to us, but there's something about the Riverside which makes it special way beyond that. I think every artist that's ever worked there feels a magic. I think it's a beautiful performance space. And we asked some of the artists who've worked with us over the years and who've worked in the Riverside with us over the years to say what they think, and here's what they say.
The Riverside Theatre. What can I say? One of my all-time favourite spaces. I have done many shows there. I've been very lucky to do many shows there. I've done LAMONT the Wanderer, One Sandwich Short of a Genius, Scarlet Web, Cocoon, Freak Show most recently. Absolutely love the venue. I've always loved going there.
Riverside Theatre, many people say it is one of the greatest theatres that we have here in the north, and one of my fondest memories is working on one of my favourite shows that I ever did, The Fairy Thorn, which was in collaboration with a writer, Jane Talbot, and it was a very magical time in my life. We rehearsed in the Riverside Theatre and opened there to packed audiences, and I can't wait to get back to that feeling again of packing out a theatre and us all sitting together and watching some magic.
First time I worked with Big Telly was on Cuchulainn, and we rehearsed and premiered it at the Riverside Theatre in Coleraine, one of my favourite theatres, probably my local theatre too. I have such fond memories of this play and the Riverside itself.
Okay, the Riverside Theatre is one of my favourite theatres to perform in. It's always such a thrill when you drive up the road to Coleraine and get down into the theatre.
So I remember very fondly, just to pick out one of several memories I could draw upon, and doing One Sandwich Short of a Genius when my character had to sing Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball. There was a load of people from Loretto, a load of the students in the front row, and when that song came on, they rushed the stage. I wasn't expecting it. I felt famous for about 3 minutes. It all ended. We had a good time. Can't wait to be back.
I have beautiful memories of opening shows and performing at the Riverside Theatre. It's one of my favourite places, and it's a really important place, I think, and really important in general that we get to make work and share stories at theatres outside of the central belt.
We toured with quite a lot of other shows. Most of them premiered in the Riverside. I did To Hell with Faust, we rehearsed there. Bog People, wonderful Bog People, The Scarlet Web, and then Cocoon itself, that I did I wasn't in it, but I adapted the book for the stage. So incredible, lovely memories.
Big Telly and the Riverside obviously have a really long-standing relationship, but the show that I want to talk about, the most recent one that I did there, was called A Degree of Danger. It was a specially written piece for the Riverside and for the University of Ulster up in Coleraine, and it was basically a whodunit mystery type adventure where groups, teams from secondary school students from the area who were looking possibly at universities and things like that, where they all had to tour the campus and figure out what had happened and that kind of thing. The teams travelled around in a different order, so they saw, they had to piece it all together and figure out who done it, what had happened exactly, and then it all culminated in the finale scene where all of the teams were brought together in the Riverside to have it all revealed. That kind of Scooby-Doo, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for those pesky kids moment.
The Riverside Theatre, it's in Coleraine. It's in the Ulster campus. It's absolutely stunning.
I remember the audiences in the Riverside Theatre being warm and full and totally engaged in the work. I remember the dressing room corridor, which I loved, and the little steps down to the car park. At the back, and the cafe out the front door and up the steps, and our times there were really special. We opened Melmoth the Wanderer there, and One Sandwich Short of a Genius, and they were some of the best theatre experiences I had.
The Riverside Theatre in Coleraine has been around for so long that it's become the hub of many people's careers and the centre of many people's arts experiences in the Northwest. A lot of people started their careers at the Riverside. Zoe, SEATON, James Nesbitt. I got my equity card there as a young actor, and when I first started to write, my shows were staged at the Riverside. So the Riverside always has a feeling of coming home when you're on a long tour, and I think specifically of touring Puccoon, which Big Telly has toured 3 times now. We did it in 2009, 2011 and 2016. Very busy tours all over the UK, all over Ireland. We had a run in the West End. And bringing a show back home to the Riverside Theatre, to that audience, always felt like a welcome respite. You were among friends. And particularly I can remember in 2016 when we brought the show back, just towards the end of the tour, it was the last performance of the show in the north of Ireland, and it was the show's 100th performance overall. So it's been a tremendously supportive of so many of us in the business over the years, and it's always a delight to tour too.
I had the privilege also of working with the wonderful Roseanne Sturgeon before she got snapped up by the Riverside Theatre. I think they're extremely lucky to have her, and I can't wait to get back down to the venue again to receive the warm welcome that only the Riverside can give you.
Behind the scenes, one of the great things about the Riverside is it's the best green room in Ireland. The views out the window overlooking the Ban all the way to the sea is just spectacular. And the space itself is just beautiful to perform in. And it's lovely watching shows there as well. So yeah, the Riverside's one of my favourite theatres.
It's one of those theatres that feels big because it is big, but then feels really small and intimate when you're playing. You're with the audience, and sound travels beautifully in it.
It's really important that we share stories and that we get them out there, and the Riverside is a place that is very fond and close to my heart. Good luck, everyone.
But hoping now to get back up there as soon as possible to do some more shows, because missing you is big time, and looking forward to when we're all together again.